Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Janice and I'm a Thermomix consultant. So today we're looking at one of the recipes that was taken from the recipe community and added into Cookie Doo in a new cookbook, and it was the most cooked recipes on Recipe Community from 2023, and it was the top 10. So it was, the name of the recipe on the Recipe Community was Better Than Sara Lee Banana Cake or something like that. But they've got on the Cookie Doo, it's called Better Banana Cake. So I'm going to link both recipes down below, the one on the Recipe Community and the one on Cookie Doo. I've had a look at them, they're both exactly the same. So you can either do it manually, or if you've got Cookie Doo and a TM5 or a TM6, you can use the guided cooking. So rightio, I haven't made this recipe before. One of the ladies that follows me on Facebook and YouTube has requested that I do this one. So I'm doing this one for her. Rightio. Start cooking. So we're going to preheat the oven to 170. So I'll do that in a second. So the Sara Lee Banana Cake used to be one of my go-tos when I was young mum, lots on the go. If you were asked to bring a plate, and sometimes they say bring a dessert, and I used to nearly always go and buy, if I had no time, go and buy the Sara Lee Banana Cake because it was always delicious. So I am excited to see how this one tastes. Okay, I'm just going to go and preheat the oven. Rightio, I should have done that earlier. So I have it says Grease and Line a Lamington tray, 15 by 25. This is 16 by 21, and it's just one of my little Pyrex dishes. So it'll be a little bit deeper, but won't be that much different. So I've just, I don't know what you'd call that, a sling. I've just put a piece of baking paper, I've greased it, and then lined it with a piece of baking paper just through there. So the ends aren't lined, just that it is. So hopefully that'll make it easier to get out and serve. Okay, now we're going to start off with the 150 grams of raw sugar. So it is a little bit wet. So, rightio. Nothing in there. So we'll tear that, and now we need raw sugar. And it's 150. Now I don't know, I don't like messing around with the, oh, that's only 100. I don't like messing around with the ingredients in baked goods because sometimes there's a ratio there that you need to get the result you're aiming for. So I tend to follow a recipe. I might change liquid for liquid or sugar for sugar, but I don't generally change the quantity. Okay, 120 grams of unsalted butter, softened, cut into pieces. Okay. Get off there. 2 eggs. And then 250 grams of overripe bananas cut in half. So this is just my bag of frozen bananas. Oh yeah. 2 teaspoons of natural vanilla extract. So I generally, I don't know, I should measure that to see what that is, but if it says a teaspoon, I use a capful, so it's probably like half a teaspoon or something similar. Now we're going to put the lid on. 50 seconds, speed 4. We might have to do it a bit longer because the banana's frozen. So we'll just have a look. Now that sounds like it's doing good. It wasn't real frozen, it was partly frosted. Now we're going to do 120 grams of milk, but we'll have a look and see what that looks like. Oh, yeah. Give that a bit of a scrape down. Okay. Once I've dribbled it. 120 grams of milk. So nice simple ingredients, something that most people, or everything most people would have in their house. Oops, there's 39 grams of milk. A teaspoon of bicarb. Come on. Rightio. 225 grams of self-raising flour. Oops. Okay. So we're going to pop the lid on. Oops. 20 seconds on speed 4. Okay, pour into prepared tin and bake for 35 minutes at 170 degrees or centigrade, or until a wooden skewer inserted in the centre comes out clean. Let's have a quick look. I'll give that a bit of a scrape down because there's flour up the side. We're going to give that another little mix because there's flour, big clogs of flour all up the side. Okay, just a little one, we don't want to over mix it. Let's go back. Oops. So it says 20, let's give it, oops, 10. Yeah, mixing until just combined, prolonged time if necessary. So that was exactly what we were meant to do. Okay. So now let's pour. So it's still a bit chunky, still a bit rough, but we haven't got any big blobs of any ingredient. I'll finish scraping that out and I'll pop this in the oven. Now I'm going to put it on a tray because I don't know how much it rises and I don't want it to overflow in the oven, so I'm going to put it on a baking sheet. Rightio, I will be back when this comes out of the oven, and we will, or when it's cool enough to ice. I'll be back when we're going to ice it and we'll make the icing together. It's also included in this recipe. Rightio, I will see you when I'm ready for the next step. Okay, so the cake's in the oven, and because I want to use my Thermomix for something else, I'm going to make the icing now, and then I'll just pop it in the fridge until we're ready to ice the cake. So it says to set the cake aside to cool for 5 minutes, and then transfer to a wire rack to cool completely, and clean and dry the mixing bowl, which I've just done. Rightio. Next, we need 180 grams of icing sugar. I'm just going to grab my lid. Okay. I'll give that a wipe over. I have just mopped the floor, so. Rightio. Now this is icing sugar that I've made myself using white sugar in the Thermomix. I hope there's 180 grams in here. I don't actually know what weight this container carries. Oops, yeah, tons. I've got to get that. I've left the butter in the fridge because I didn't want it to melt. Okay. Next, 40 grams of unsalted butter. Okay, it's a bit hot here today. I'm really at the stage of putting the air conditioner on. I'm just going to cut this into thin pieces because it is soft, but it's not room temperature. You reckon that's enough? Need 5 grams. Oh, that was 7. $80 grams of cream cheese. Okay, so what's this one? I think this is 250. So 80 grams would be around a quarter of the block. What's that? Yeah, that much maybe, let's see. That should have been closer than that. Hang on. Not quite 58. $68. 75. 80. So is this like... Yeah, it says 250 grams. Well, okay. 2 teaspoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. I don't have any lemon juice. Hang on, I'll grab some out of the freezer. So 2 teaspoons, that'll be about 10 grams. So if we go Gales. Nine, perfect. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on. 50 seconds, speed 5. We might have to give it a bit longer because this is frozen. Okay, now I'm going to give that a scrape down, and then we'll give it another beat. Ooh, that's a nice texture. I am going to give it another, what have we got? Let's give it another 15. Just to make up for the lemon juice being frozen. Oh, it won't go unless you've got the lid on. Okay, it says spread icing on a cool cake and slice before serving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a bowl in the fridge, and when the cake's cool, we'll ice the cake, and then I'll come back and we'll have a taste. So we've got our banana cake out of the fridge, and it's totally cold, or out of the fridge. We've got our icing out of the fridge. The cake has been left on the baking wrap, and it's been cooling. So now we're going to put our icing on. So I don't know, this seems like an awful lot of icing for one little cake. Anyway. No, it's okay, yep, that'll be good. It'll be lots. So obviously I made this cake in a slightly smaller tin. Than what the recipe said. So the icing will be a little bit thicker. Anyway. Rightio, I'm going to chop a little piece off and we're going to have a taste. Oops. Else we can't see the... Okay, I'll wreck that. Alright, that's really soft. That's really nice. That's a really nice, soft, moist banana cake. Rightio. That was really easy to make. Really basic ingredients. I mean, you probably don't have to put cream cheese icing on. Had I not had cream cheese in the fridge, I probably would have just gone with the butter icing. But the cream cheese icing is definitely delicious. I would recommend that recipe, and I can see why it is one of the most popular recipes on the recipe community for 2023. Rightio. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Pop over to my channel and subscribe, and I really hope I'll see you next time.